Good morning and welcome to students. Today online class on layering. So layering is defined as it's a technique for propagation in which a portion of plant is placed to the produce adventitious root which is still remain attached to the mother plant. So whenever the layering it attached on the mother plant, it develops a adventitious root system. The layering, what are the main advantages? Then it is an effective means propagating species that usually do not easily by cuttings in mango and some plants. So whenever it is a best method of propagation of plants which produce naturally by layering, example are blackberries. So it is easy to perform and does not require much facility. It is possible to produce a large size plant with layering within the short time. Then principles of layering. The girdling is removing of the bark and phloem tissues from a stem. So girdling process are very important for whenever remove the bark as well as phloem region of the plant. The stem remains active because water and nutrients can still travel in the xylem. So do not remove the xylem. So due to the presence of xylem, the water and nutrients are travel with the plant. The treatment is used in propagation because it can the downward flow of axin, so it accumulates since girdling and rooting occurs in these areas even though the stem is attached to the parent plant. Water and nutrients are supplied to the layered shoots. So another one, methods of layering. Simple layering. Simple layering is easiest mode of efficient method then which is very without disturbing the parent plant at any extent. For making simple layers, rapidly growing shoots are first trimmed off side branches and leaves for 10 to 20 cm begin the tip. The shoot is then bent to ground level covered with 5 to 7 cm soil and leaving the tip the shoot exposed to allow this above the soil. Sometimes girdles are ring made at the stem before buying in the soil. So the example for these simple layerings are done in lemon. Then tip layering. Tip layering is practiced on such plants which has got trailing of the shoots. The covered portion becomes situated, etiolated and swollen as taken for within 7 weeks. The rooted layer is then severed from the mother plant, transplanted either in a permanent location or in the nursery. Example are blackberries. Then serpentinal layering or compound layering. This is also very easy to perform and is practiced in plants which is having long slender shoot. Example jasmine. Stems of these plants are laid in the ground and alternately covered and exposed to over their entire length. Sometimes the shoots are laid in pots and sunk in the ground. The roots strike at on close proximity. That node is covered and new shoots are arise from the buds which is not covered. Example strawberry. Then another one is trench or continuous layering. To make a trench, a shallow trench is produced and covered with a terminal portion is exposed outside. So trench layers has the advantage of producing many plants or branch. Trench layering can be adapted in vegetative propagation of rootstocks of fruit trees and difficult to provide by other methods. Example plum and beech fruits. Then mound or stool layering. Mound layering contains cutting back the stem of plant to the ground during the non-growing season and covering the basal portion of the newly developed young shoots in the spring with mound of soil. So mounting should be done with the moist soil. Sometimes they encourage not developing ringing or girdling In the base of young roots, there are practice. Example, apple, then pear and peach fruit. Then the model of mound layering, the top of the just like a mound is stool-like appearance and top of should be removed. Then air layerings. Air layerings is method is also known as sinus layerage or goatee. Air layering is very popular and practiced in a wide range of plants because the method is easy to perform, does not require any specialized equipment and does not disturb the plant. So இதில் you need there is no specialized equipment, there is no instrument, and then it is very simple method. Generally, long 1 or 2 year old shoots are used for air layering. First, the leaves are removed. So, first, whenever the plants, the leaves are removed from the base of the selected shoot, then the stem is given a girdled. So, it make a ring. Removing the bark should be a ring-like structures, 2 to 3 centimeter wide, bark like a layering. So, the girdle helps in holding at high carbohydrate and hormone source which are necessary for easy to produce rooting. The cut surface sometimes treated with hormone and bring about further improvement in rooting. The ringed girdle area is then covered with a moist soil or beet moss, anything. The ball of earth is again covered with moist sphagnum moss. Then polythene should be covered to ends are there tied. So when you are after ring making, then you have to apply moist soil with the sphagnum moss. I tied them and covered with the polythene cover. The both ends are tied with a rope. The polythene film used for wrapping retains moisture and allows growth. Air layering is usually used either spring or monsoon season. Depending on the species, rooting takes place within 4 to 8 weeks. The rooted layer is separated from the parent plant in 2 or 3 stages to reduce the stock of sudden separate. First cut V-shaped and going in coffee way that the stem is given about 2.5 centimeter below the point of root emergence. The second cut which is given to deepen, the first one is given in a week later. A few days later, final cut is given separating the layer from the mother plant. Okay, the diagram shows the branch should be selected a mass of soil. So without the land in the soil. So the rooted system is either planted or pots in the nursery beds in shady place. Example, koyava and foam granite. Thank you. Next class is in the next class.